Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Me, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. Although Garp and Luffy may not seem very close because they've gone their separate ways, Garp has always kept a close eye on Luffy's actions, seeing how far he's gone to achieve his dreams. Throughout Luffy's journey to become king of the pirates, although Garp didn't agree with his goal, he had always been watching Luffy's accomplishments and even laughed at some of his achievements for acting in a reckless manner. So in today's video, we're going to talk about Garp's reaction when he learned that Luffy managed to become a Yonko after managing to defeat Kaido, and what Garp might do to him should he meet him in person again. But before we dive into the video, if you're new to the channel, or even if you've been around for a bunch of episodes, we'd be absolutely honored if you'd leave us a like, or even subscribe and maybe leave us a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out and motivates us to make more content. And if you'd like to help us out in a bigger way, consider sharing your favorite video with a friend. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So my friends, as we know, Garp and Luffy may not at least appear to have the greatest grandfather-grandson relationship. But to keep Luffy safe, he had to let mountain bandits, and namely Dadan, take care of him, so the Marines wouldn't take his life because he is the son of the leader of the Revolutionary Army. But whenever he could, Garp would visit Luffy to see how he was doing, playing with him and trying to get him to join the Marines, so Luffy wouldn't be condemned like his father was, because in this world, the crimes of the father are the crimes of the son. However, Luffy never wished that fate, and Garp would want him to follow. As a Marine, Garp always aims to capture enemies of the Marines and the world government, prioritizing powerful pirates such as the Yonko and those who possess a level of strength similar to emperors. And by becoming a pirate, Luffy automatically became an enemy of his grandfather Garp. However, Garp has never considered him as an enemy, even when Luffy obtained a large bounty. And this is because Garp didn't consider Luffy was the responsible person for making him want to become a pirate. Garp, in fact, blames Shanks for being responsible for encouraging Luffy to become a pirate, something that is true in kind of a way. The real reason Luffy became a pirate was, of course, because of Goldie Roger. Upon seeing that great treasure that awaited him in this vast sea, Luffy was absolutely excited to try and find it. Shanks was just a great pirate that Luffy used as a role model to become the pirate that he is today. A kind, happy, and fair person, just who follows his dream to conquer the greatest treasure in the world, along with his crew in helping them achieve their dreams. Currently, Luffy has managed to become a Yonko after defeating Kaido, which means the whole world now knows about what happened in Wano, the big battle that led to the fall of two Yonkos, in fact. And this means that Garp also knows that Luffy managed to become a very powerful pirate, which allowed him to defeat one of the strongest people in the world, in addition to obtaining the title of Yonko. And because of his great fame around the world, and also because of the territories that have been conquered by his Straw Hat fleet. Since pretty much the Revelry, we really haven't seen where Garp has been during the events of Wano. And among the Marines shown, we've seen Akainu, Kizaru, Ryokugyu, the Director of Investigations, Kuroma, but we don't know where some of the other important Marines are, such as Sengoku, Garp, Fujitora, among some of the others. So it could be likely that Garp is acquiring information to know where Luffy currently is. After all, Marines have been forbidden to go to Wano, and now it's probably all the more because the place is truly full of enemies. So for now, Garp is going to have to wait for Luffy's next moves to be able to find him again. Because for Luffy's safety, Garp is going to need to warn him about what the world government and the Marines intend to do to him. And even though Luffy has become a Yonko, the Marines and the world government are going to be searching for him. As after all, he is a new generation pirate and hasn't gained the same level of respect from the Marines. So they still kind of just consider him a simple pirate. Just consider how Ryokugyu has an immense fear of Kaido and Shanks. However, he wasn't afraid to face Luffy in one, even with all his allies around him, which really shows that the Marine did not consider Luffy that powerful, even though he had just defeated one of the most powerful people in the world and obtained his position, which could mean that the Marines intend to capture Luffy at all costs, no matter even if he's considered a world threat. However, Garp might not allow this to happen because he's lost too many important people throughout his life. Even though Luffy presents this great danger, it's still really likely that Garp will still continue to support him and help him follow his dreams, although they may not agree with Luffy's goals yet. We've seen several moments throughout our story where Garp allowed Luffy to either escape or complete his plans, and Garp has never made it a point of fighting Luffy for real. He just corrects him like a grandfather would. Because of the events that occurred in Marineford, Garp became all the more concerned about Luffy. He is currently really his only true blood grandson, and seeing Ace lose his life in the confrontation in Marineford, this has got to make Garp quite shaken and afraid to lose anybody else in his family. This would also make him think all the more about the decisions that the Marines and the world government make. Now, Garp before the confrontation in Marineford already possessed a great love for his family, and even for Ace, who really wasn't his blood relative. Garp and Luffy got along very well, and although they don't see each other often, they both deeply care about each other. And especially Garp, who at times observes the recklessness and all the acts of his grandson, he still loves him. Also, despite being a very loyal Marine to the cause, Garp doesn't always agree with a lot of the things that the world government and the Marines do, especially especially when the subject is related to the Celestial Dragons. In fact, Garp has refused the post of Admiral several times because he does not accept or want to receive orders from the Gorosei, much less the Celestial Dragons. And Garp isn't always quiet about his disagreements as well. Thus, he has been discouraged from being a Marine and often encouraged to retire. However, Garp still persists in the Marines because he wishes to fight those who want to cause the world disorder. Even though he doesn't agree with everything the Marines do, Garp ultimately wishes to keep people safe and knows that he can use the Marines as a vehicle to do so. To prevent Luffy from being captured even after he had officially declared himself a pirate, Garp avoided telling the whole truth about Luffy, and it wasn't until the Marineford arc where the whole truth was revealed. But only now that Luffy has awakened his devil fruit has the world government really began to see the danger that Luffy presents. Now, around the world, there are those that have heard of Nika's deeds, and they may actually connect the fact that Luffy is the bearer of the fruit of the Sun God. So they may try their best to keep Luffy's awakening hidden. However, as we know, wherever Luffy goes, he tends to draw a lot of attention. And because he unlocked this great power, Garp may begin to expect great deeds coming from Luffy, because he is indeed the Sun God Nika, and can be the one to bring great change in the world, just as Garp wishes to see. But it's not just Luffy who will do something to change the world. Garp also wants to completely change the Marines and the world government by removing the Celestial Dragons and Gorosei from their posts. As I said before, even though Garp is a Marine that is well respected and dedicated to his work, he still doesn't agree faithfully with everything the world government does. And for this reason, he may end up ultimately allying himself with Luffy in the future, because he knows that Luffy is the only one capable of bringing the change he desires to see in the world. And it also seems that ultimately, Garp mostly gets a kick out of seeing Luffy doing something reckless, and even more so when it's something against the Marines and the world government. I mean, Garp found it quite ironic when he learned that Luffy had infiltrated and caused a mass breakout from Impel Down. However, he was still quite surprised and saddened to see that Luffy was trying to rescue Ace, and he then found himself torn into two parts, between the decision to save his family or follow the orders of the Marines, which left him quite undecided what to do. I mean, at any moment, Ace and several other pirates and Marines would lose their lives in that whole battle. So at the moment, the only thing Garp could do was to stand firm in that situation. But even during this difficult moment, Garp still showed compassion to his family, allowing Luffy to hit him and knock him off the catwalk so that Luffy could save Ace. And Garp didn't allow any other pirate to get close to Ace. Even when Marco went towards Ace to free him, he was stopped by Garp. However, as he tries to stop Luffy, we see a quick flashback of the moments where Garp and Luffy and Ace spent their time together in their childhood, which caused his defensive stance to come undone. With each evolution of Luffy, Garp is all the more impressed about how strong he is getting. And during the Marineford fight, he was even surprised to see that Luffy could use Conqueror's Hawk, a technique in which only people can be born with, and those who are destined to become a king can use. Now, as I said, because we haven't seen Garp in quite a while, we don't know how he's reacting to all of Luffy's achievement. And with Luffy becoming a Yonko, this could make Garp very happy, but at the same time sad, because even if Luffy is close to realizing his dream, this is a very dangerous situation for his life. Luffy has now become a bigger target for pirates, the Marines, and the world government, putting him into a difficult position. And even if previously Garp didn't really seem to show a lot of concern for Luffy, like for instance the moment when he found out that Big Mom was out to take Luffy's life, Garp didn't seem to show much concern. In fact, he even seemed to find it funny because now Luffy would be facing really powerful enemies. But now's a bit different, and it's a rather serious and worrying moment, which will cause Garp to start supporting Luffy in his journey, giving him important information and telling him all about the location of people or goals that might be able to help him further his future. Garp may even stand by Luffy's side during a possible final battle, the one where the world government will be finally confronted by all the enemies in which they want their downfall, such as the pirates, revolutionaries, and of course, the Straw Hats. And in this way, Garp will be able to lend his full support to Luffy, helping him face his Marines, of dubious characters such as Akainu, who of course was responsible for taking Luffy's life right in front of Garp and Luffy. And in this way, Garp, together with Luffy, will be able to completely change the world. And for now, I'd love to know what you think about it. Do you think that Garp is really just excited about where Luffy is now? And when do you think we'll actually get to hear about it? And also, based on that, what do you think Garp's up to right now? I mean, we did see him after the revelry, but what are your thoughts on where Garp may be in the world right now? Let us know what you think in the comments below. But with all that said, my friends, I want to thank you so much for watching the video all the way up to the very end. Be sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like or hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. I hope to see you all in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.